Okay, greetings everyone. This is First Centaurian 753 with the next episode of Geopolitical Simulator 4, Power and Revolution. All roads lead to Delhi, and we are playing as India. And take a look at India's economy here. In May of 2026, we're back up over $9 trillion. Closing in on 2 billion people. Our growth has come back at 2.4%. Unemployment is now under 10. Inflation is around 5, so the numbers are much better than what they've been in the past few episodes. Let's start getting this thing rolling. Let's take a look at taxation here. We've got about $29 billion budget excess with a treasury reserve of $56 billion, so lots of cash. Let's see here. That guy just disappeared. And they're actually telling us to watch out for growth. Morale of consumers is not at its best. Purchasing power of the working class limits them to buying basic necessities. No doubt it would be good to stimulate growth by a vigorous relaunch of consumption while improving household purchasing power. So the household purchasing power would be helpful. Maybe cutting the sales tax again. But I'm still invested, meeting in Angola. Sure, I guess. I'm still invested in the series of objectives, which are to connect all roads to Delhi, and we're working on it, even though they tell us it's a bad idea every time we do it. I'm thinking about maybe connecting this corridor down here, sealing off the south, and then working my way back up. Another earthquake! Is that? No, it's not. That's just donations from the old earthquake. Okay, the old earth. Let's check this out. We gotta try to finish the aid. Oh my god, yeah, it was another earthquake. We've got 2 earthquakes here. Come on, enough with the earthquakes. Government contribution. Could probably finish this off. How much do you need here? Total contributed to the disaster. Let's give it like a billion, I guess. We'll finish this one off. That would end that. And now we got a new earthquake to deal with. Okay, what do we got? Meeting here.
Good morning. I didn't come empty-handed. In fact, I wanted to see you in order to submit this economic contract. As you will see, it is profitable for both our countries.
What do you got? I'm not interested in selling anything. I would be interested in buying stuff at cheaper prices. And only if it's stuff that I need. And that's not really a big portion. No, get out of here. We don't need that. Your idea stinks and you should do something about human rights.
First of all, rest assured that we are always attentive to your various propositions. With regard to your request, we are going to look into ways of satisfying a particular public opinion without jeopardizing the stability of our institutions.
Well, that's not a bad response. Alright, beat it. I don't need you. What do we got here? Meeting request from Paraguay. All these people want to meet with us all of a sudden. And then the Sultan of Oman. Ooh, Oman. Oil company there. Oil state. Alright, famine. Good lord. With the famine. Damage estimated 400, and we've only attributed 2. God. Alright, let's send in 15. That's a lot. 1.5 billion. There's another 10 billion we could send in there. A lot of messages coming up here. I gotta slow this down. Alright, slow down. I can't keep track of everything. North Korea declares war on South Korea. Good lord. The Koreans are at war again. Weren't they at war before? I thought they were already at war.
Good morning.
Paraguay meeting. Beef, beef, beef. It's not bad. It's not a big amount, though. We already got a ton on the contract. I don't need beef, I don't think. Beat it, Paraguay. North Korea declares war on South Korea. We got that.
One of my men succeeded in infiltrating the center. According to my calculations, the informational gain, in geopolitical terms, could be close to 2.73 on Sachs graphic. Our agent also allows us to anticipate and therefore counterattack their terrorist projects. You can decide to dismantle this organization, but the more an agent remains infiltrated, the more information can...
Wait till later. Okay, so trying to deal with these disasters. The famine seems to be getting worse too. $100 billion. I do not have $100 billion. Earthquake. 27 billion. With 2 billion in aid. Alright, we'll deal with that. It's 25 billion more to go. A lot of natural disasters here. Now, I thought I had money from like a special reserve fund. Donations from other countries. Special catastrophe fund is 24 billion. Now, let me see something here. Special catastrophe fund was 24 billion. So, with the earthquake, let me just send in another 2 billion and see if it comes from that disaster fund. That worked. Then... no, where is it? Anything comes from there? Maybe I have to recalibrate. Let's give it a week. Let's see if it recalibrates. What is this? Enemy unit spotted. I'm alright. I'm not fighting that battle that much anymore. Panama sees a disaster. Russia, Portugal, North-South Korea conflict. Argentina, some sort of nuclear disaster, it appears. Donations from other country. Is this in billions or is this in millions? Namibia. Enough from Namibia. Trinidad and Tobago. They probably got nothing I want. Few comments. Let's see. We've got Alan McKenzie. Subsidized water industry, $500 million. I think I can do that. And then a question from Michael Rosenbaum. Is there any point to nationalizing military industries and supporting sciences? Do they help enough to merit the amount of money it costs? Good questions. Alright, let's see. This is a recalibration. Nothing happened there.
The terrorist organization.
Yeah, that's fine. So, science? Was that the question? Research. Supporting the sciences. Jeez, I don't know. I don't know what the impact is. Discovery tree is here. I know if you support sciences, it'll help you down the discovery tree. And if you get help down the discovery tree, technology enables beginning to research nuclear fission. This technology will allow us to improve the following activities. EPR, nuclear electricity. I definitely do not know enough about this. So, if anybody wants to comment down below, these are all the different areas. There are a lot of different things, and this is one thing I have not looked into this stuff that much. This is, wow. Great public bionics. Research sectors involved. I don't know the impact of this. I really don't. So investing in the sciences, I know it brings in, it'll help you out politically for sure, in general, but
The theory that...
does it help economically? I know that there's, you know, when you get discoveries, you get patents, supposedly that stimulates the economy. People are very unhappy. Oh my god. June 21st, we're coming up on a new housing. Did I approach housing at all? Dilapidated houses. We've almost got down to a third dilapidated houses. Yeah, so to answer your question, I don't have an answer, I guess. Nationalizing the military industries.
The relief teams have stopped searching and are preparing to return. There is no chance that anyone could have survived under that rubble.
Okay. Yeah, so sorry, I do not have an answer to that question. If anyone does, please feel free to post down below. Saturn V space program scheduled for liftoff. The launch will take place in a week. Nationalizing the military sectors. I know when you nationalize a sector. That's interesting. If I nationalize a military sector, I might be able to control, like, the labor. That's one thing you can do, I think, with nationalized sectors. Or anything's nationalized here. This one. Stop it. Sectors nationalized. Pharmacy industry. Adjust the total workforce. So one thing you can do is adjust how many people are involved. I don't like this. Why is this nationalized? I don't want the pharmaceutical industry to be nationalized. I'm gonna adjust it. I'm gonna denationalize it. I'm gonna privatize it. Total privatization. Why is that? When did that happen? Poll. I wonder if we'll actually. I need the poll on this. That'll work. Yeah, I do want to watch. See the space shuttle lift off here. I had no idea pharmaceuticals was nationalized. That looks like a bigger space shuttle than what we usually see. The Saturn VI is supposed to be the most sophisticated. Oh my god, look at that cash surplus, $40 million. Yeah, this looks like a much bigger rocket than before. These are heavy rockets. And this is supposed to be the most sophisticated rocket we've been able to launch. Back up. I don't want to back up. I think that's a success. Confidential information on Somalia. 2 nuclear missiles. I was thinking about invading Somalia earlier. I think we already have information on them. That is huge.
Your politics are on the right.
Okay. Alright, so I think that shuttle launch was a success. Or rocket launch, not shuttle launch. Was a success. What the heck was going on with the... let me go back here. Industry. Privatized. I don't remember doing that at all. Yes, I do want an Iranian target. Yes, I want an Iranian minister. Click. Yes.
Our governmental cell in...
Yes, there it is. Okay. Where are you? When the heck did this happen? Was it always like this? Confirm. That law should pass easily. I don't remember that happening at all. Anyways, if you do nationalize the military industries, you can control the workforce, I know that. Will what is produced be contributed to the military? I don't know. Let's take a look. We do have some armed trucks. No, that we don't have a sector for armed trucks. Drones. Production. Units by year. 26 drones. So does that mean that we will have 26 more drones next year? Or do we... I don't know. If I had a Minister of the Army... Oh man, here we go. Complete success. Saturn VI.
The mission was completed last evening, giving rise to a festive atmosphere in the control room. It must be said that the scientific team had every reason to be overjoyed at the complete success of their space program. The program director praised policymakers for having taken the initiative for this long-term scientific endeavor and for having secured sufficient means to guarantee its success. He called it a great success for our nation.
Okay. So, if there is somebody who wants to be the war minister, you can track the number of drones. We have 82 right now, and at the end of the year, it says we're going to produce 26. So, anyone out there wants to remember that, or post it in the Discord or in the comments or something, because I probably won't remember it. But no incident reported. That could answer your question, maybe.
There is a
partially.
definite risk of him being spotted. Do you want us to attempt to bring down the organization now?
Bring it down. So maybe that'll answer the question, I hope, to an extent. Part of the question? I don't even know if that is part of your question. But nationalizing a sector gives you more control over it, and by nationalizing a sector, you do gain revenue right here. Nationalized sectors in millions. However, I tend to believe it doesn't grow as quickly. But maybe if you wanted to start up a sector, you can nationalize it. Subsidizing is the best way. No, not yet. To start up a sector. And speaking of subsidies, let's go ahead and go with Alan Mackenzie's suggestion. We already have them water supply networks exempt from taxes. Production is much lower than about half of what consumption is right there. So let's try to boost this with subsidies, and we will go. We're subsidizing 8 million. 500 million. That's $500 million. Subsidies to water supply networks. That might stimulate the agricultural sector big time. Oh man,
What's the point in getting through the century to see such garbage?
She still hates us.
I would kick your ass.
Oh man.
And kick the
Profanity.
asses of your idiots. But I respect the office. My
Old
poor
folks, human
country.
rights.
What have you become with such fools?
I don't know what you're talking about, old lady. I'm doing great. 100% approval rating. Great economy. Stupid ministers.
Here is our growth forecast for the end of the year based on calculations that we made last month. This is an average figure. It reflects an economy with moderate dynamism. We could do better.
So we can have more growth, according to this guy, according to the Minister of Finance. Of course, he's probably a conservative. Made great progress. Overall, they are poor, though. Unemployment's still a problem. So I do have to improve that. But consumption, maybe. Let's take a look at population. I like consumption, and I would like most of my GDP. I think I've been talking about GDP and consumption past couple episodes. I would like most of my... Oh, gross national happiness is down. I would like most of my consumption to be domestic. Well, I want domestic consumption. Most of my GDP to be domestic consumption is what I meant. But I do have to go with the goals of the game, too. We need to connect all roads. Let's go ahead and do that with some more roads. Where's my transport? Transport construction. I boosted all road transport and maintenance. Ching, 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 ching. 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 What do we make? 40 billion? Whew. Let's keep going up the coastline here. Ching. I can't get that one, can I? Connect that. That's 10. 7 billion. $7 billion. 5.8 billion. That's nothing. Confirm that. Where else are we gonna go with the highways? I feel like I need to connect that city somehow. Connect that city and that will seal up the south. Transport. Highways. Waste of public funds. Connect to the big city. Oh. Okay. Cha-ching. And we've got a couple more random. Main highway. Connect there. Good. Okay, so that seals up most of the south with highways.
It's true that the blow cannot really be described as fatal.
So sick of this. Waste of public funds.
Prospective analysis, coupled with the Brown model on group psychotectonics.
No, I don't want that. Waste of public money. Don't want that. More waste of public money. Whatever, lady. We are now interconnected in the south. That, look at that, that's good. It's all good stuff, I like that. I gotta get the central area under control. Alright, that's gonna be it for that. I do have to address other issues. Housing, for example, is something I can't lose track of. So 7 million for 100,000. 7 billion for 100,000 houses. Let's do that. Keep working the housing sector. And education. Buildings. Gonna need more of these. $1.4 billion for 200. 7 billion for 500 new secondary education schools. Let's do it. Alright, increasing those numbers. I need higher education too. Why do we just get a negative for education? Is that crazy? Unemployment is down to 8% almost. Inflation is going down. Growth is going up. This is a beautiful direction we're going with this economy. And with the inflation going down, it's almost going to be time to lower interest rates. Right? We could lower interest rates again. Key interest rate. 10%. 10% interest rates. A lower interest rate would encourage more consumption too. Less spending. But I'm thinking about taxes. Value-added tax. $15 billion. That's like all my excess right there. I'm not going to do that. Not yet, at least. I want this excess number. Oh, wow. $51 billion. Okay. That's looking good. Might be time to drop that value-added tax. That could really spur on the economy. I don't want to do things too quickly though. Let's let some time go by, and we're going to pace this economic growth. China network. Yeah, we're going to deal with China soon enough.
The
Adjust
bill has been
nationalization.
voted on and the law has been passed.
Alright, that will probably have some sort of an impact. Pharmaceutical industry should be something that we are growing in the economy. Just check to see if anything else is nationalized here. Service sector. There's probably some service, post office and stuff like that in the service sector. State employees. agree with it. I don't have an advertising sector as well. Railway transport telecommunication operators is a minority shareholder, which is probably where a lot of the revenue is coming from. No advertising? Really? TV channels, film, internet services, publishing. Oh, speaking of internet services. What about broadband?
The terrorist organization has nodded off.
I did not keep track of how much I spent there. So I'm going to try to wait a little bit. Since I don't know how much I spent. Let's add some more donations. This will be a little bit more government contribution. There. Getting there. Famine. Send in 10 billion. That'll be a little bit more government contribution as well. Happiness has increased in India. Very good. Good news. Probably because the economy is doing so well. GDP per capita is 5,300. I think it was 5,200 before. Growth is at 3%. Unemployment's down to 8. Inflation 4.89. We gotta watch that inflation number. I think that creeped up a little bit, didn't it? If inflation's creeping up, we don't want to do anything. Roads and infrastructure. That is good stuff. Fixing some housing, building some schools. I'm all about all those measures. And giving aid to earthquakes and famine. Privatizing, subsidizing. That's been the gist of this episode so far. And we've pushed through a month. So a lot of support on the channel for the making history, which is good, although I got hit with a copyright on the music. I wrote the company, and I'm going to see if I can get a letter of permission from them to use their licensed music. If not, I may have to cut out the music on that, which is a shame. And the YouTube editor used to allow us to put music in, which was really good. But they got rid of the YouTube editor, and I hate that. That was one of my favorite things about YouTube, the YouTube editor. They got rid of it. Unemployment is now down below 8%. This should be great for our economy. This is what I want. More jobs. Luxembourg. Sure.
The funeral will take place next week.
Justice Department. No, we're not worried about that. Southern Infrastructure is the name of the game here. That might be the title of the episode. I can't think of anything else to call it. Patrons, if you ever have any suggestions for titles of episodes that I have not yet titled on the Patreon account, because Patrons do get early access to videos, since I publish them all on Patreon first, and then I spread them out throughout the rest of the week. That's one of the benefits of becoming a Patreon, which you can do through the link in the description below for as little as $1 a month. Just throwing that out there, shameless plug for myself. But one of the benefits is that you get early access to videos. And if you want, you can maybe help me name some of these if you want. Feel free, if you're interested in that at all. I don't know if that's something you're interested in or not. If it is, do it. $61 billion surplus. We are rocking. 62 billion in the treasury.
Good morning. I didn't come empty-handed. In fact, I wanted you to see in order to submit to you this economic contract, which, as you will see, is profitable for both our countries.
It's not gonna be anything good. Beef again. I don't need beef. Do I need beef? My beef consumption has gone up. That's not enough. Out of nowhere, the beef consumption... Oh, the contract for beef ended, didn't it? We need more beef. that going to cause inflation to go up? International meeting and a funeral. Okay, we appeared there. Friday. Alright, let's go. The other thing I'm looking for as far as channel suggestions is what to play on Twitch, because I do want to do at least Sunday night Twitch. I don't know if we'll be doing Monday and Tuesday night Twitches. Maybe I might do Tuesday night Twitch, which I'm probably going to publish this today, which means I might do a Twitch tonight. I don't know, I didn't make a ton. I didn't get a ton of viewers on Twitch. I think there was like 7 at the most at one point. And then I made about 15 cents in bits. All from Ari Holyfield there. Thanks, Ari, for the bits. So, I don't know how much, you know, that's worth. Oh, that's, well, you know, I'll keep it going for a while. Total income. Look at this total income. It's more than twice what we've had in the past. Amazing. Doubled our income. Beautiful economy. 9.2, but we're nowhere near the Chinese. Chinese, 30 trillion. They have reached 30 trillion. The United States are not growing at all, 21 trillion. And then Japanese and the Germans are behind us with 6 trillion. Brazil has come up with 5. France is at 5. Russia's at 4. United Kingdom almost at 4. Italy at 3. Mexico closing in on that top 10. Australia's still there, Indonesia's still there, and South Korea's there. Spain, Argentina, Turkey in the top 20, Iran, Egypt, Netherlands. What do you guys think? Do you think these numbers will actually occur by 2026? China? I don't know. China's growth is slowing. They're probably still going to grow, but I think the United States is still going to grow too. Japan, I think they have a demographic issue. Germany needs to hold on to the EU. If so, they might be able to maintain a good, strong economy. Brazil is supposed to be emerging. France, I think they benefit pretty well from the EU as well. Russia, right now doing really well with its energy industry, but how long will that last is the question. United Kingdom, always a strong economy. Mexico is supposed to be a good, burgeoning economy. They should be moving up into the top 22. Italy's not doing as well, but it's still pretty strong, I guess. I'm talking about actual stuff. Indonesia, the actual world, is supposed to be another emerging economy as well. Potential for Indonesia. I saw like a YouTube on that recently. What was that? Caspian Report. Caspian Report had some interesting. They made a prediction about Indonesia being a potential for a burgeoning economy. And a lot of people are talking about Turkey too as being one of the world's top economies. Yeah, Argentina too. It's what, another earthquake? No, that's the before. It's not another earthquake. Just got the 2 earthquakes. And it's been about 35 minutes there, so that's going to be the end of this episode.
The preparations are complete.
Yeah, we'll show up. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm going to put an end to the episode here. We'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure you like the video if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already and would like to see more. Comment down below as always. Feel free, especially on the things that I asked about. Especially on the question, Michael Rosenbaum's question of, is there any point to nationalizing military industries or supporting the sciences? Do they help enough to merit the amount of money it costs? I don't think it costs a lot. Let's check that real quick. Space program, it depends if you're doing a space program. 35. I guess it might vary from country too. I don't think these cost a lot, so I would say yeah, I think it's worth it. And maybe I'll start investing. Agro-food. That actually might be an industry. Now I might start investing in that. Alright, we'll see that in the next episode though. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.